What's up, everybody? So
This is embarrassing.
yeah, it is embarrassing. So in our last episode that we recorded for last week, we forgot to plug in the computer and it died on us 22 minutes in,
Mm.
and it pretty much froze Matt in this awkward ass position. I'm over here doing something, trying to plug it in, froze, and then the audio files were corrupted afterwards when it was showing fine here, but it was pretty much muted for the next 48 minutes or so. So what we're going to do is that we're going to attach those first 22 minutes at the beginning of this one and then go into the rest of our episode. And we'll do about 50 minutes or we'll go on for a full hour and just
Mm.
you
We'll
guys get
see.
a little bonus of an extra. So let's hop into that first part and we'll catch you guys back at the second half. Action.
I know it seems. Oh no, that's not how it kicks it off.
Wait for fucking
There's a thing where it's like lights, camera, action.
like old school Disney Channel type shit.
No, no, it's like Disney.
What was it then?
It was like a show. I thought
Well, what show?
that's not how they did. Not Total Drama Island.
That is Total Drama Island.
Was it the season where they did the?
The movie one?
I think
Yeah.
so. Okay,
Yeah, I think that's what you're referencing.
all right.
Well, we are going, so
I figured as
yeah.
much.
Thank you guys
Well,
for joining the MattCast podcast. It's been a while. We recorded an episode, what, 2 weeks ago?
maybe around
And
then.
we tried out different audio, and the audio was separate from the computer. So when I went to go edit it, I had to sync up our lips to the words, and it was pissing me off too much that I actually was just like, all right, fuck this. This is done for.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, it was pissing me off too
we're
much
just
just
not
because
there yet.
yeah, not that good at editing. I try. So,
Well, let's talk about some breaking news. You want to pull that one thing, and then I'll read the breaking news.
did you send it to
I didn't send it to anything. I just want you to look up why he is on that list. So breaking news: Hall of Fame linebacker Lawrence Taylor charged in Florida with failing to update address on state's sex offender registry. Now, when me and Matt read that together, we both looked at each other and comically went, "I didn't know Lawrence Taylor was on the sex registry list." So we're gonna
fuck,
find
am I
out
taking
why. I'm sure a
steps?
lot of people know. I don't. I feel like no one talks about it.
If I could spell or type.
So pled guilty in New York 2011 for misdemeanor sexual misconduct charges. He was sentenced to 6 years of probation in order to register as a sex offender. What did he do?
So,
Turn himself in. He pleaded not guilty for third-degree felony charges. Um, I'm not seeing on there what he did. But this is clearly old news. I was 11 at the
yeah.
time, so and now they're asking for us to sign something up. There you go. There's your X.
Yep.
They don't see this, do they?
No.
Okay, cool. Try scrolling down.
It's like taking its sweet ass time to
I
think.
see that. Yeah.
So this is very okay. There it is. There it is.
Still's not saying.
Yeah, that's the end because it has the copyright right there.
Mm. Well, thank you, U.S. News. I hate for us to get sued by you for plagiarism. Um. Oh wait, there's something. The former New York Giant linebacker turned himself in on Wednesday. He was released with no bail. He pleaded not guilty. According to the court records, it's his second time he's been charged with the offense. In 2021, he blamed a divorce for not updating authorities about the address charge. Okay, so damn.
Okay.
And now he
So the
got
man got divorced and then had to move out.
Jules got the zoomies.
And he's like sitting there trying to figure out like it's kind of like that shit like
Well, play with her, Aaron.
It's like the when you're like, oh, I need to change my billing address to everything. He's like, what else am I forgetting?
Yeah. Got my address on the license, the driver's license updated. I got my credit cards,
I got my Playboy
phone.
magazine.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something. There's just
As a
missing. What's up?
Nebraskan, are you upset that you lost your Pornhub privilege?
Yeah,
Yeah.
VPN is
You're like worthwhile investment, the VPN.
$14 a month. Fuck
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But also on the other side though, it's just like not really with the porn, but like when it comes to like streaming stuff, I can like go to like other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just get a little bit different taste. Like whenever you know those like ruts you get with like streaming networks and shit like
And
that.
it is weird that they play different stuff in different regions.
Hmm.
I don't get it.
But yeah, that's what I like about it. I mean, I had the VPN since I was in Poland because
Yeah.
Disney Plus was not allowed in Poland.
For why?
I don't know why,
They
but
never
yeah,
you never looked it up either?
no.
Okay.
But yeah, when just like tried to get on Disney Plus when the Kenobi show was coming out while I was in Poland, I was fairly upset.
Jules.
And I just realized I left my Zin upstairs.
Do you want to pause real quick to get yours in? I might need a
Well, it'll just be recording.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
So let's keep it moving.
let's. I'm also one beer deep already.
I'm not gonna be drinking as much.
What's that?
Just trying to lose weight. Don't need to be
Fair
drinking
enough.
that.
I'm
I'm only
celebrating.
having you're celebrating?
Yeah,
For what?
my 400-pound deadlift.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go my 400-point win in.
No, no.
Well, actually, let's start with that. So,
Okay, so
college football
also if
fact.
you guys notice that there's a theme,
Mm.
College Football 25 is out now, and I went out and got an Xbox because I didn't know it was not releasing on Xbox until 2 days ago.
Wait, just on like no PC.
Yeah, it's like it's only on the next gen consoles. I think it's like Generation 7, but it's not on PC, not on Nintendo Switch. And so yeah, I was like, fuck this. I went to our local GameStop. All of them were sold out within a 50-mile radius of us, and they called up one other store just to double check, and they found out that someone had just turned in an Xbox Series S that same day for a re-return or a return. And yeah, so they put it on hold. I went over there, snagged it up, ended up saving like $78, and now I'm playing. I played around before recording this just to kind of get a feel for it. I think I might be able to stream because I my Twitch account is attached to my Xbox to like my Xbox account, so I might be able to stream it just from my Xbox. I wouldn't be able to actually record it, but
Yeah.
and there would be no face camera or anything. But
So I'm looking it. So according to these different things, EA Sports has never confirmed why they haven't created a PC compatible version of the game, and it looks like they don't have any plans to make it for
yes,
PC.
and that was another thing too is that like when I was in Fort Knox, we talked about playing MLB the Show
Mm,
together, and
yes.
I could easily just buy it and download it on my PC and play.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
but when I went to go look at sports games on the EA, like PC game service,
mm,
there was literally only like FIFA 25 and FIFA 24,
mm.
Madden 25 and Madden 24, and some Need for Speed games.
So what I was gonna ask, because Aaron
But they
brought
were
this
on
up,
there before.
can't you get the Microsoft, like, can't you sign up your Microsoft and your Xbox stuff onto the
Yeah,
computer?
and it knows that you're on PC though. Like when I look at my
Oh,
Xbox app, like I have my Xbox One, my Xbox Series S, and my PC all like
I
on
mean, how
there.
many fucking, like, what percentage of the market are they
It's close to
losing?
50%, dude.
50% is PC, while the other 25% are
Of just like no, of just like gamers in general.
okay.
That's looking at like as a whole.
Well, what
And that was
percent
even
of?
like some of the complaints like when I was at GameStop, like I was telling them like, yeah, I switched over to PC in like 2019, 2020.
So, according to a 2023 Statista survey, 34.9% of gamers play on PC.
Okay,
I
so
mean, that's still a big
huge. Yeah.
chunk, a big chunk that they're not getting.
What's the whole split? Does it have it? Or
I'm sure if I read maybe a little more. Do, 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 do. Oh, what the fuck?
well, so I'm excited for college football. It's been 11 years since I last played it.
Okay, sorry. This is followed by PCF 43. This is a Newzoo's Global Gamer Study.
Okay.
Um, said that 79% of is like gaming is on the phone, like overall.
Mm,
And then they said this is followed by PC at 43% and consoles at 41. So they're pretty close.
yeah. I'm surprised they added
But
in
that's the
phone
different.
gaming.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
like,
sure if I read a little bit more on
I'm
this
sure,
topic.
like, if they added in like Nintendo Switch, DS, like those mobile
Yeah,
devices,
yeah,
that would make a
Switches.
little bit more sense to me too. But
Well, yeah, I think too, like how many people like you have
mhm,
multiple
yeah,
devices. So are they just going off of their primary? Are
or
they
just off
only
the
looking,
accounts.
yeah,
Yeah.
like how are they measuring
What's
that?
the search criteria on this?
Yeah,
But
so
long story or short story long, um,
yes.
that's the only way we do it around here. Uh,
Especially with
I had
all the like the detours and the
just the
diatribes and the
yeah
back and forth.
derailing. There's pennies all over the
Yeah.
fucking train tracks, dude.
So should I be looking at you or looking at my camera? I feel
No,
more
I'm doing a
natural
little
looking
yeah,
at you. Okay.
and I feel like for them because I have it set up to where like we're looking at each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, we set it up a little bit different. We're usually like this. Now we're like this, if
yes,
that
so that we can
explains.
have our monitor in front of us,
Yeah.
so that we can both read it without having to do like the whole break my neck.
Yeah.
Um,
But you went to GameStop.
yeah, I went to
Sorry.
GameStop, got fucking college football 25. I just wanted to play one round while Matt was taking his dog for a walk before
Mm.
this. And I played it on easy mode, and I set it to Iowa State. So the first matchup, I was going with whatever they matched me up with, I'm sending it.
What
But they set
is
me up with the Iowa Hawkeyes for the
yeah,
Cyhawk Trophy.
what the Cyhawk trophy,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to ask. I was like, what is they call that something? Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, I just played on easy, just wanted to get a feel for it. And I ended up winning 142-0. The first three drives that the Hawkeyes had, I got scoop and scores on. I fucking hit
Hit
stick the
stick?
quarterback
Yeah, okay.
and fucking scoop and
So
scored.
is this similar to Madden where they have like three different game modes, like a competitive, a realistic, and I believe it's called arcade mode?
I l- so I didn't deep dive into it. I just wanted to hop in right away because I
Okay.
knew you were going for your walk. I could get a good game in 7 minute quarters.
Something that was interesting that I didn't is that they partial released it like for like 10 hours or
So
something like that.
they do for like pre-orders. Like when you pre-order the regular game, you get like a day ahead. But if you
Mm,
pre-ordered the deluxe, you got it on Monday this week. You were able to play it on Monday. So like that's what when you're looking at Instagram, fucking TikTok, and all that shit of all these badass clips of the game.
mm,
Um, it was from dudes that got the deluxe edition and played it.
gotcha.
And then they also had like a day one update because like they pushed out the beta to like all those content creators that like just play football games
Mm,
on YouTube just to get more hype around it.
yeah.
And honestly, off first glance, my first impressions, it's living up to the hype so far. I will give a
Yeah.
much more detailed review
Yeah.
on the next one because I'm going to be spending the next probably close to 12 hours playing it.
Yeah.
I even told our mutual friend before the wedding, like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay in my room, drink beer, and play college football. So I'm gonna be zooted by the time I show up to the wedding.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so I've been playing College 25. It's been fun so far.
I still play. I mean, like I don't know. It was just one of those things that I was thinking about it the other day. Maybe it was even this morning or yesterday when you guys were talking about it. I was like, as much as I like those games,
Hmm.
I'm a little more partial. I like NFL more
Yeah,
than I like college overall. Um, and then there's just so much other stuff
yeah.
I'd rather spend my money on.
Hmm. That's
Like,
fair.
and I just sitting there, I was just like, yeah, I mean, like,
For me, like I'd been playing college football games from like the beginning.
No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
The first sports game I played was, I believe it was NCAA '09, where they
yeah.
had the
The
guy.
mascots.
Yes, they
Yes.
had the mascots on
Yep.
there, but it was someone on the Razorbacks on the cover.
Hey, Aaron.
I'm trying to remember. He's probably in his room.
Okay.
What do we
I
need?
thought he was stepping out. I was just gonna see if he could grab my sins. Oh my bad.
Oh, that might be him. Aaron?
Do you mind grabbing my zins off my bed? Do you like rubbing or something?
like that's a legit question.
I knew it was like both a legit and I had I had no problem getting up, but it's just
Do you still have all those empties in
like with the dip cans.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, it's just not the same as a dip pyramid.
So wait, where do you still have all the diff cans in?
No, I left it with the barracks.
Wow.
Thank you, bud.
That's something to throw at my dog. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's why I got up really quick. I was like,
Gotcha, okay.
um, thank you, Aaron. I love you. Say it back. All right, I'm gonna cry in the shower tonight.
Oh, you're really gonna cry later on.
Um, fuck, fuck. He grabbed me the.
I was wondering, I was like, man, how much of a degenerate is this guy that he can't even tell.
I went to go shake it. I'm like,
I wonder if we can. Is this the empty one?
no,
Oh, okay.
I have the empty one right.
Okay.
That one's the full one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, could we just like, is there any placebo ones? Like just
Oh,
an empty little
yeah.
thing, and
It just feels like it.
we just start giving those out to the public. Like they still have the menthol flavoring and stuff like that. Would people still?
That's a great scheme. Why are we saying this on the podcast? We should.
Because
We're
smarter, more people that have materials and stuff can go and do it, and I'm not liable.
fair.
They are the ones that have all the shit, and then
And yeah, and then getting sued for false advertising. Yeah,
exactly.
you're right. But yeah, like my favorite part of the old school NCAA games was
Do they have
just
the mascot mode on there?
no.
Up.
That's like the one thing that like kills
Oh
me.
my god, man, dude, the mascot game was
Yeah,
so fun.
but like I'm want to get into building the dynasty because I remember doing that as a kid.
And they don't. It's not like someone that's like. It's not like they actually have like Archie Manning
Yeah,
and fucking the
yeah,
Sanders kid, and they
yep.
have
They did
Riola.
all the NIL deals to get everybody on there,
Dude,
and
there's a video going around of this guy, I think on Arizona, and he's like a 59 overall, and he was like either
yeah,
celebrating or he's like, "That's some bullshit."
fucking. There was some dude on Wisconsin
Mm.
that like they made him look extremely like fat.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
"Damn,
just
I ain't
like,
that fat."
damn, bro, they did me dirty. And it was like within the
Yeah,
first 5 seconds of the ad.
yeah, I
It's just
saw
like, what
that.
the fuck,
That was
man?
like back when they were doing the commercials for
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
And it was like, wow, bro, I didn't know I was that fat. I know
yeah.
I'm 350, but like
But I thought
I'm 6'7".
I had it pretty well,
Yeah.
man.
And I mean, yeah, it was just like I love seeing it.
Is
Just like
AJ
this,
on the game, or is it?
if it had came out a year prior, probably,
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm excited to give Dynasty a shot. I'm probably gonna kick up the
Wait,
difficulty just to
who's that other guy that was not Betts?
Xavier Betts.
Is he on there?
Yeah, I can look. Who
That's
does
who
he
he
play
play
for?
for.
Wasn't it Nebraska?
No, he does not play
He
in.
played for Nebraska for
I don't think
his freshman
so.
year, and then he
No,
transferred.
I thought we watched him play at Nebraska, but I thought he was it was some like
I swear to God, he played his freshman year, then he transferred.
you might be right. I remember
Why are we doing this?
not
I gotta go
Jalen
get it.
Bradley. What's his fucking name?
Jalen Bradley got in trouble for
Oh, it was Jalen Bradley then.
Jalen Bradley got in trouble for marijuanas.
I thought he like
There was marijuanas, then there was other stuff that happened.
yeah. I thought I remember the other stuff that
Yeah,
happened.
that was kind of like what cemented because he was only on
Yeah.
suspension for like a couple of games, and then the
Yeah.
next thing happened, and we're just like, Bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Um. All right, now here's the weird question: how do you spell Xavier? Because they always spell it different.
Who's they?
This generation.
Okay.
So he
How
does
they?
play for Nebraska still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he played 2020 and 2021.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Xavier Betts. I
Oh,
thought.
well, I mean, it's 2024. So
Oh, so he
not
probably
in there
doesn't.
anymore.
Okay.
If anything, he probably graduated this year. Oh,
So
that's a
is
fun.
CJ on here too?
CJ's been graduated, dog.
But
Oh,
like, is he on the?
our friend CJ.
Yeah. Wait, who are you thinking?
That was CJ Johnson.
Oh no! That's not who I was talking about. Yeah, good luck spelling the last name.
I'm like turning into full autism.
You could have the train ones, as they said on the Unsubscribe podcast, which I thought was hilarious. Yeah, I guess.
He was on there. I remember looking at.
Okay.
All right, here we have technology.
Ooh, choo. Cardinals at Atlanta.
Okay, so there was, speaking of baseball, while I'm looking this up,
Hmm.
I think it was just rumors, but I'd sent it in earlier.
Did you find? Are you talking about the thing with Paul
Yeah,
Skeens?
with Paul Skeens.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I think it was just rumored for a second, and then it like immediately was like,
Because they do that in the NFL too, where they'll like there's Instagram accounts that send fake
yeah.
trade reports and stuff like that.
But it was damn, he was.
I never yeah, Bryce, I never believed the whenever you told me about that.
So yeah, when I first saw it, um, okay, I guess he doesn't have any stats. I remember when he first joined, I looked him up, and he was there. Actually, while we're on it, let's just go.
Oh, I need a computer. Oh, Aaron, can we borrow your computer cable, please?
Are your legs broken? There's a good boy, AJ. I just want to look at his stats.
Thank you. Well, were you
I love
missing
the
something?
satchel.
Can I?
Thank you. You only get one.
It's a set, though.
That's correct.
Did you say you like his satchel?
It's my
Look at that.
canteen. Water bottle
Yeah,
satchel.
it's like
It's a great canteen. You're gonna get the Mike Tyson tattoo? Is
might
it
as
first one?
well. Yeah, first one.
First one?
First one.
Just go right after
I'm
red.
hoping that it's in like the little machines, where you
Yeah.
put in a quarter and they tattoo that. They're like, "Oh my God, you got the Mike Tyson," and I'm like, "Let's go,
Let's
dude.
do it.
Let's roll."
And it was like, are you sure you want a face tattoo for your first one? He's like, send it, dog.
Where else do people,
Yeah.
where else do they do it to start? Like,
Back?
yeah,
Pussies.
lame,
The rib cage. One of the
gay,
worst
yeah,
spots to get it.
yeah, under boob,
Yeah, under
kind
boob,
of, kind of
sternum.
sexy, yeah. I'm not that sensual though.
For sensual. I mean,
Not for tattoos.
fair enough.
Every time there's like a girl on like dating app, she goes, "I'm really attracted to tattoos." I'm like, not me. And
Yeah.
I'll like, not yet, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, well, even like the tattoos I'm getting, they're not like super cool,
Hmm.
badass tattoos where it's like a ninja star or
Yeah.
something like that. So I'm worried that people are gonna see and they're like, oh,
You don't even have to get cool ones. Like all of them that I got, they're like
mm-hmm.
related to things I enjoy. So
And that's
like,
what I want. I want
yeah,
things I want to enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, Aliens vs Predator. I love the lore to all that.
Are you gonna try to like finish this one? Is awful. That is ass.
That's terrible.
That's awful, man.
But yeah,
Holy shit.
I do plan on trying to finish this up. I want to get Darth Maul's lightsaber
Mm-hmm.
right in here.
Why?
Just 'cause I think Darth Maul's lightsaber's fucking sick.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I can't do it in just black. It has to be color
Well,
because it just look
yeah,
like
you
it'd
have
be
a
like
giant
two
stick.
dildos
Yeah.
with some weird buttons in the middle.
You're like, I'm also gonna get Gandalf's staff, also in
Yeah.
black.
Um, I was thinking of either getting another Halo themed one, like the energy sword, on the
Mm,
inside. They kind of close it out, so
mm.
like I pretty much have like
Weaponry. Yeah.
longer pieces pointing towards my wrist,
Hmm.
and then
There,
115 from
Spartan.
no, it's
Isn't
from
it Spartan 115?
117.
Oh,
So that one is Call of Duty Zombies theme.
115. Oh, that's it's like, isn't it like Element 115 or
Yep,
something like that? Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And because like I kind of started the deep dive into it when I was in the barracks playing
Dude,
Call of Duty Black Ops
I've
Zombies.
tried to listen to the lore. Holy dog
It is
shit.
all over
It
the
is all
place.
over
It is
the
all over the
place. It's
place.
so, and I was like, okay, 27-part series. Let's
Let's
do
do
this.
it.
Yeah,
He's
and
like, I got a 12-hour shift.
yeah, before I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah,
This is way too
yeah,
much. And I've only played like 4 or 5
yeah.
of these maps that
Pretty
they've
much
mentioned.
the only ones I paid attention to were the World at War, Black Ops, and Black Ops 2 zombies, like
The
lore
ones where
stuff.
it has like the like, is it Clinton Dempsey
Yeah,
and the German scientist and General Tojo and I think the other guy's a
yeah.
pedophile or something like that.
Richtofen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Richtofen, and then the other one, which I never got to play, but always looked cool, the Alcatraz one.
yeah,
That one always seemed pretty cool
yeah.
too.
Um, Pretty much all that you need to know is that like they time travel because the
Yes.
original group fucked up with like what they did first,
Mm.
and they go and have to kill them all to
Oh.
fix it. So that's what the World War One map is pretty much about. Like it's
Uh-huh.
going back to their original versions of themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What about when the president in like like when
Oh,
JFK and
on
Nixon?
7.
Yeah,
So that one,
that's just so fucking hilarious.
I forgot how they got there, but I think it's because like when Americans like took over Nazis, like
The Nazi sign. Is it
yeah,
like a
sign
Operation Paperclip type of situation where they're
where like
like,
they'd snatch their stuff, but they
yeah,
didn't like know what it was. And then when Richtofen activated the zombies,
mm-hmm,
they started up in the basement, and President Kennedy, Nixon, and all of them were
Nixon, yeah,
having a conversation with Castro, and the next thing you know, the zombies break through.
as
Yeah,
they
as
would,
something happens.
yeah,
Yeah,
in the White
yeah,
House.
in the what or no, in the Pentagon.
Oh, it's the Pentagon.
Yeah,
Oops, my
yeah.
bad.
Um, welcome to the second part of our.
I know
Yeah, I
you're gonna
started
mention
it.
it
We
with
just like we
the
were rambling on about tattoos, and I was like, I'm
yeah.
like this is a good way to. But no, now we're a gaming podcast.
We're a gaming podcast.
I guess so. No.
Well, dude, okay. I don't know if I've talked about this on here with you specifically, but we've talked
Hmm.
about it in person. I know
Yeah.
we talked about doing gaming. The
Hmm.
problem is you're too
Oh, dude, I
competitive.
get
You're
autistic.
too
Yeah,
competitive. It's not even on. You go
nonverbal.
nonverbal.
Yeah,
So you just sit there and you're losing, and you just like you just so like if you're winning, is that when you like to have fun and like go like joke
no,
around, or is even when you're winning, it's like I got to stay on this edge.
it's weird because there are like looking back at like some of my old like streams and whatnot.
Hmm.
Like when it
Even
comes
in
down
your
to
old streams, I
yeah,
told you I was like, you need to talk. You just
yeah.
sit there. Even I
Um,
would comment, and you're like, "What's up, Matt?" And I'm like, "All right, word,
well,
cool."
it takes like 5 minutes for me to actually see it. Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
so
I
there is a
get that.
delay. And that was something I worked on. It was pretty much once I got more and more comfortable with like talking while I'm gaming, just like rambling about nothing.
Yeah,
And I think it was just more. I didn't start doing it until I played what was it, Star Wars Fallen Order,
I think so. Yeah, the
and
second
like
one, right?
no, the first one.
Oh, the first one. Okay.
But yeah, I was able to just ramble on about like Star Wars shit for pretty much like 6 hours straight when I played it the first time.
Mm,
And then I told you about how like someone came into my stream just like was never a follower or anybody that I've ever seen. Was
mm.
like, dude, you know a lot about Star Wars, and it's kind of frightening.
You're like, hey, man, like it's either that or I'd say nothing at
Yeah.
all. Did you ever do
Um.
the Halo games, like any of the the campaigns for the Halo games? Because I feel
Um.
like you know a lot of the lore there that you
I
could have talked
do.
about it.
I just I always wanted to play it with people
Uh
because it
huh.
was a lot more fun getting drunk, playing through the Halo campaigns with friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to get everybody to come back and play Halo, which is a game series that everybody's kind of forgotten about. And like in the sense of like no one's actually playing it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's the onesies and twosies, but it became a dead program or dead game pretty much ever since 343 took over it.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's just I need to mentally remind myself to like speak
Yeah.
and talk a lot. Um, Otherwise, I just kind of like get in the zone and just like shut the fuck up.
Well, as we talk about video games, you you couldn't tell, but last episode we talked about how
We
you
talked about
got
it for about
NCAA.
25 years, and
Yeah.
I played it now. It's been a week since
Yes.
the game came out.
Yeah.
I'm into my third season on Dynasty. The first season, I drove us all the way down to the
Mm.
semifinals.
Official record. What difficulty are you playing on?
Oh, it's a dynamic one where it
Okay.
adjusts for how I play.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like there were some games where it was just like it's easy. Like I clapped the other team, fucking
And
simple.
then the next game, it's like, all right, it's too
Yeah,
easy. Fucking.
yeah. And speaking of which, like my second season, I was really starting to get in the rhythm of how I ran my offense. I
Mm,
was like, all right, this is how I do it. First playoff game, I went up against Nebraska. Their zone defense
mm.
was like rock solid for the first two quarters.
Yeah.
I maybe got one touchdown was because I was off a pick six,
Damn.
and I don't know what it was, but in the second quarter, like I needed like, all right, dude, I need to lock the fuck in
Mm.
and get this shit because like I am not going for an undefeated season just to
To
lose to in the first
Nebraska.
round.
Yeah.
Like I will never be able to live this down if like you came in my room and just saw me
Hey, Matt,
lose.
how's it going?
It was like I throw my controller through the screen, like what the fuck?
No.
And that actually talks about one of the weird things that like I was pissed off about. One of the things I noticed with the game, but it reminds me of like old school college football,
Mm,
is like the weird physics that would happen just kind of randomly. That would like the weird glitches in the
mm,
physics, and also with some of the Madden games. But there was one, and it was like I was up by a touchdown, and it was in the fourth quarter, and I was like, all right, cool. I just need to get a stop, get the ball back, and run the clock out. Like that's all I need to do to win.
mm,
They throw an out pass to one of their fucking receivers,
mm,
and I usered the fucking dude. I made a good jump on the ball to swat it out of his hands.
mm.
It literally came out of his hands, but it came out upwards. I don't know how the fuck his
I
downward
don't.
motion sends the
Yeah.
ball up, and then the receiver's just standing there, lands back in his hands. And like it was a good play on their part because it dragged my closest safety across to the left hand side of the field.
Mm,
And so there was literally nobody down that stretch. It was just green grass with no defense to him.
right.
And so yeah, he just ran for like a 60-yard touchdown pass. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Hmm.
And I pretty much had to go into my four down offense
Mm-hmm.
to throw some quick deep bombs down the field and barely came away with the win right there at
Hmm.
the just the dude, it was very stressful because they had me locked down for the first two quarters.
There's a part of me that wants to play the game. I will tell you the one thing that really made me sad to hear is that they don't have the mascot
The
mode.
mascots, yeah.
Yeah, that made me so bummed. I
Um,
fucking love that shit. Cause like whenever you juke, he'd actually do like a
mhm,
flip
yeah.
in the air and um like
Some of
it's
the weird goofy stuff they put into the
oh my
game,
god, yeah,
yeah.
it's so funny. I don't know. I thought about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that like,
Yeah.
but I know what you're talking about with like weird glitch stuff. Like in excuse me, in MLB the Show, I'll have like in my fucking dynasty thing,
Mhm,
it'll be like someone gets a walk.
yeah.
So it's like it's supposed to be first and second, and then it just glitches, and it's just one man on second. And it's just
Yes.
like, wait a minute.
Where how this happen?
Yeah, give me that fucking person on first back.
Yeah. It was like, what the fuck? Um oh, I did start doing my road to glory stuff, so like my career stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I want to be a little bit of a challenge. Like I made myself a 2-star recruit,
What position?
middle linebacker. I want to
Oh,
become the white James Harrison.
okay.
And so his name's
What
James
can
Harrison.
you be like any position? Because I remember kind of in the older
Nope. So
games, you
like
could only be like quarterback, running back, tight
yeah,
end,
so like
wide receiver.
yeah, for this one it's only quarterback, running back, wide receiver, um, tight end, cornerback,
Oh,
and middle linebacker. Because I wanted to be a right.
you can't be like a defensive lineman. You can't
No,
be
I wanted to
really
be a defensive lineman or a right outside linebacker.
that. Yeah, you would think
Yeah,
that they would let you be. That's
yeah,
but a middle linebacker. That seems like such a like
yeah.
if you're gonna do like
Linebacker, just let me be on the
any
outside. Yeah, let me
any
get 12 sacks a game, dude. It's
yeah.
just like let me shred that tackle.
That is so
Yeah,
weird. I wonder why middle linebacker. I wonder how many people actually pick middle linebacker.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I saw one dude and he does some pretty funny clips, and he's pretty much like talking as like he's the actual player.
Mm.
And whenever he hits the dude, he like smacks his mic or something like that, so it makes this like reverberation
Oh,
noise.
that's
And he's
funny.
like, "You want the CTE?"
Yeah.
As he like hit sticks the dude in like the gap as the fucking running back's coming through. He's like,
Yeah.
and then
Huh.
screams at the TV.
So give yourself a challenge being a two-star recruit, which I hear like if you want to just commit suicide, it's the
It's very slow
underdog. Well, I
process.
hear the underdog is like
Yeah.
the worst one because apparently you can go seasons, literally seasons without
Hmm.
playing.
Yeah, and that's as a two-star recruit.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, that's what I started off as is a two-star
Mhm.
recruit. Is you get
Is the idea to make you try to go into the transfer portal
yeah, and
and
like go to different schools and whatnot.
yeah, which
Um,
is pretty accurate.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
it
Like,
is. It was surprisingly accurate. And I came in like 69 overall. Nice.
okay, yeah, and,
Um,
you know, playing for Iowa
feel
State.
no, actually, I went
Oh,
to whichever school had the most interest in me. That
mm,
also had the most promise of like
like start time and like
so
so.
like start time and also championship contender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So who are you playing for?
LSU.
Oh,
LSU was at the top of my. They had the most interest in me out of like big
interesting.
name schools. I was like, this is weird for a two-star recruit. All
Huh.
right, I'll go to a top 25 school. First season pretty much rode the bench and
Mm.
just did drills and pretty much to go forward you have to get coaches trust and so doing
Oh,
things and you also have to keep up with your grades on it too. So
which
like you
I
have to hit
yes
the study.
I heard.
I've
Yeah.
been seeing a lot of like the memes of like the husband who goes like, babe, coach actually says I need to cut
Yeah.
off all distractions. So we're either getting a divorce or I'm moving out.
Yeah.
Some people are taking it a little bit too seriously. But so yeah, like at the beginning of the season, I put a major focus on like my each week you get like energy points to like where you put your stuff in. So like
Mm.
NIL deals kind of stuff, like get more Instagram, whatever followers,
Mm.
training, you're act like doing hitting the gym, stuff like that, recovering your health because you have this wear and tear effect on your characters now where like if you get hit one too many times or if you're overusing your running back a
Mm.
lot, their like right leg, like let's say their right leg keeps on getting hit,
Yeah.
is gonna get worn torn along with their body. Or if they're taking like shots.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um and then there's coaches trust or like leadership, and then there's your grades.
Mm.
And so like at the beginning, I want to continue to have the good grades so that I don't it also earns you passive coach trust and it actually does a great job for it
Hmm.
because it's like he doesn't have to worry about you being eligible or not and like
Yeah.
being on your ass. So get the grades up, work on the leadership, and then I just focus on training after that because you can just maintain those.
I'm listening. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
Jules a treat real quick just to kind of distract
You
him.
can maintain those throughout the season and not have to worry about them or focus a lot of energy while you can still focus on like the training and the NIL deals. Uh, but I pretty much started my second season, my sophomore year, redshirt sophomore. Finally got the middle linebacker two spot, then won the middle linebacker one spot. I ended up becoming the starting linebacker in the semifinals of the playoffs
So,
on the number one team in the country,
what are you majoring in? What's your minor?
underwater basket weaving.
Oh, okay.
Um, Yeah, I didn't get to pick any of that shit.
Mm.
Otherwise, I would have done like a fucking
Could
Dobbs
you
deal.
imagine if
And
they
just,
like get super in depth with
yeah.
it? I've seen like
And you get like text messages and shit, like shit too, like throughout
mhm,
the week. Like there's one where like there's a classmate, like, hey dude, I just got the answers for this test. Like, do you want them? And you
mhm,
can accept or decline. And like when you accept it, you get a minor like GPA bump.
mhm.
But then a couple weeks later, it comes back that like,
Oh,
yeah, the basically your fucking
like the
counselor,
dean
your
or
counselor fucking comes
yeah.
back, just like, hey, they just found out you cheated on a test, automatic F for the class, and then
Oh,
you get a major decrease, and then you lose coach's trust.
oh.
And me just being a good person, I didn't know that, and so I just hit decline off the rip. I'm just like, nah, dude, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna take any cheats or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
And then it came back like the counselor said like, hey, you're the only one that didn't cheat on the test.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just like, oh hey.
Have you done anything that is considered like naughty or bad or anything like that?
No, I got invited to one party by this one bitch, and I'm just like, no.
They think you're like the biggest square.
Yeah,
Like they're like, did this guy come from BYU? Why is he like such a
yeah.
loser?
And it's like, I never cuss.
Yeah.
It's like, but yet I'm like a 6 foot fucking jacked fucking
That's the I think there should be people who go to BYU just to like raise havoc
yeah.
and shit like that.
The one thing I wanted to see is like if they had like Blue Mountain State, which is the
Yeah,
TV
the
show.
yeah.
Yeah, just to like see if I could play on Blue Mountain State.
Hmm.
And then I definitely want to be the square because of how that school and the
Yeah.
TV show is. Just
Yeah.
like, nah, dude, coach is about it because he was like this when he
Yeah.
played here. Um, but yeah, so like I finally got the starting position in the semifinals. I had like pretty much full coach trust
Mm.
because I beat out the position one dude. And then going to my third season, my junior year, I had to do a position battle for middle linebacker three because they brought in transfers.
See, that's what I don't get. Where it's like, because I know
Well, they had a
even
higher overall. Yeah,
ah,
but my coach's trust was already higher than theirs.
yeah.
So like pretty much just every week I got to do position battle.
Damn, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Even though like I was the starter for the
Yeah.
championship game. I had 5 tackles in the championship game.
Only
And a
five. Only five.
well like I played more pass coverage,
Uh,
like middle linebacker
mm-hmm.
and run stopping instead
Mm-hmm.
of actual like but the teams we were going up against, dude, their offensive lines, holy fuck. They like came out of nowhere, fucking pancake my ass as I'm like trying to track down the running back. And
Ooh.
I'm just like, what am I gonna do when my zone is on the farther side?
Yeah.
The running back's doing a swing route on the other side, so I start running, and then whack. It's like, all right, cool. I guess I don't get this tackle.
That's fine. I didn't even want it
I did
anyway.
get 2 fumble recoveries, which was pretty in my
Yeah. See,
first
if
season of
I
actually
would either would
playing.
have been like defensive end, like I would have done. I like playing
Yeah,
like on the
I like
line.
playing on the line. I like being
Yeah.
down in the trenches.
Man.
That was like the one thing of like the older Maddens I loved the most, that like you could pick any position
It
to do
wasn't. I remember
your.
a lot of the older man. You couldn't do any position. Like they got
I
away from
remember
that.
Madden '08 you could.
Yeah, they got away from it at a certain point because yeah, you
Probably because
couldn't.
they couldn't create mini games for everybody.
Well, and I mean, like after a while, like, do I really want to make fucking the generator
Yeah.
for the center?
Hmm.
Like who the fuck
Yeah.
cares? Except
No
for
one wants to play the center
yeah,
except for the
Could you even imagine
1,500
like
players.
the long snapper? Like they're like, oh, I want to be a long snapper.
Yeah.
Why? It's my dream to be a long
It's like,
snapper.
dude, it's badass.
Yeah,
You go in there, only do one play.
get a ring or whatever if
Yeah,
you
and then
win.
it's like you don't damage your body. I can go to school. Uh, I also was trying to see if I could make myself into like a 40-year-old freshman,
How
which
old?
40-year-old.
Oh my god!
Just like see like
You're
never
trying to
went to
make it
college,
like
did the
yeah,
trades my
you're
whole
like
life, and it's like, you know what, I could do this.
when it was in the army. You're trying to make it just your life story.
No, I wanted to make it just like as old as I could possibly.
Yeah.
Just be like, he never fucking went to college,
Mm,
made his life, wife leaves him, and he goes like, you know what, I'm gonna live out my dream.
I'm still in shape.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
gonna
I
do
still
it.
got this. They just like come out there.
Did they have like a cap on the age?
Yeah, it was like 20.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was, yeah. I was like, all right, this is boring. What was surprising though is that like I put where I'm from in Nebraska.
Hmm.
Not even Nebraska had me in their pipeline. I wasn't even. I was at the very bottom.
That's funny.
Like interest. I'm like,
Like
really?
fuck you, bro, or
And it was
fuck you,
like, you
dude.
aren't gonna take a fucking hometown hero. It was like, all right, cool. Iowa State didn't want me. The Hawkeye. Nobody local
Mm.
wanted someone from Nebraska.
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah, but then LSU
Hey
and a
man,
bunch of like,
that's the Joe Burrow story.
yeah,
Fucking wanted to go to Nebraska. Nebraska's like, no, good enough.
yeah,
Went to Ohio State. Was riding Ohio State's bench forever.
hmm
Went to go and fucking win a
yeah,
natty with LSU.
LSU, yeah. And like when we won the championship, I'm just like, all right, cool. Is there an animation where I can get a
Yeah,
cigar like
Scar.
Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Because in my sophomore season, I we ended up going to the BCS Bowl.
Hmm,
Yeah, and won it because we were 6-1 and the number one team in the or number two team.
hmm,
Yeah, even though I missed the first half of the season before I got in the middle linebacker two position, or
hmm.
like I wasn't in every play, but I actually got to play some.
Right.
Uh, yeah, it's been a good deal fun. It pissed me off in the fucking second season of Dynasty.
I thought you were fucking watching that Nick Cannon movie, like Drumline or something, because like
Yeah,
that's all you hear. It's the like,
yeah,
and I'm like, what the fuck is that noise?
yeah.
Like,
It's the menu screen for
do they do? Because I remember back in the last time I played NCAA, if you picked like your number one school is Nebraska, they would play Nebraska's fight song while you're
no, they
waiting. They don't
because
do
I have
that
Iowa
anymore.
State on there because
Yeah,
otherwise you just be hearing da 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 da, and
and they
it's
don't do
like
that.
all the time now.
Uh,
But in Dynasty, I just hear it all the time
mhm.
whenever I'm playing now. Um,
Do you like doing Dynasty or the Road to Glory more, or whatever the fucking call, Road to Destiny, or
yeah, it's Road to Glory. I enjoy Dynasty, but I also enjoy like it's different things about it
okay?
that
If I had to
I'd
make
go
the option,
Dynasty.
okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
just because I like the coach building and like
Mm,
the scheming and like, oh dude, this is a 5-star recruit and we need this dude.
mm.
Like I'm gonna put all my effort into this guy
I don't know.
and trying to get like the top recruiting classes.
I guess when I start playing, I'll let you know
Yeah.
which one I like more, but
Um,
it's probably not gonna be for a while.
I also want to try and get a game against me and Josh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and see how that game goes. Um,
I don't know. If I had a wager, guess I would put money on you, but I don't know.
the
The thing is, like, when you watch Josh play like Madden,
mhm,
he's so just like forwards,
yeah,
QB sneaks. It's just like,
mhm,
what are you doing,
yeah.
dude?
I like the fucking. I just run the ball. I'm
Hmm.
a run heavy offense
Yeah.
because I found that I can game the clock very well
Mm,
and pretty much just drag out the 5 minute quarter. I can
mm.
just run up the
Oh, so
field.
you don't do the full like 15-minute quarters or anything
No,
like that?
no.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, like my main goal is to stay on the field as long as possible,
Yeah,
so
so
there's
the
less time for
for
the
yeah,
yeah. So like one of the games I had 17 minutes of possession in a 20-minute game,
that is fucking ridiculous.
and I also had a lot of
Could you imagine the opponent's coach just like because
stop the run. They
yeah,
only run.
yeah.
There was one of my playoff games. I literally just only ran the ball, and I
Mhm.
still won. Like I think my
Your
running
poor
back,
quarterback's just like,
yeah.
I can throw, dude.
Well, it's just like it's not my scheme, dog.
Yeah,
It's like this.
sorry, wrong
I am
team.
the coach.
Yeah,
I smash mouth football. All right, that's
yeah.
how I play it. I want the biggest guys on the line, 5-star athletes all around, and then
Mm.
5-star running backs. That's all I need. I don't need wide receivers. They can get out of here. Actually, I'm gonna take away my receivers and just get more linemen.
It's just a big ass fucking just. It's
And
gonna be like how the Greeks. You're just gonna make everyone and just
yeah,
whoosh, fucking dun
do the
dun
fucking
dun dun.
the failings, fucking just like
Yeah.
all in one motion. Yeah. Uh, and then when it comes to defense, I like Iowa State's 3-3-5
Mm.
formation.
Mm.
If you get some good defensive tackles and defensive ends to
Mm.
pass rush,
Yeah.
like I've been able to blitz just fine with just
Mm.
3 people,
Yeah.
just recruiting.
And then do you bring your linebackers down to help with
Every now and then.
yeah.
It's just like if I really can't get to them and their offensive line's that strong,
Mm.
yeah, I'll bring in my linebackers. But I'd rather have more faster
I mean,
pursuit
if
linebackers.
you can rush for three, man, rush for three.
Yeah, exactly. And that's pretty much just been my goal. Is just like when it comes to my linebackers, I'm recruiting.
Sorry, she's eating beef
Yeah,
trachea. Yeah.
I'm recruiting faster and more coverage
Mm.
and run stop linebackers than actual pass rushers. Or
Yeah.
because if I can rush with three, like you said, I'm gonna
Rush for three.
yeah,
Fuck it.
and then just have good DBs in the back that
Mm.
have. The hardest problem was trying to get DBs with speed
Mm.
because a lot of them have good change of direction.
Sorry.
Have a lot of good change of direction
I'm
and
assuming
like
they can hear this.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Um,
That's not gonna help.
just muffle the sound. But yeah, there's just sometimes where like my DB just gets burned right off the rip by some
Mm.
98 overall speed. Like
Yeah.
it's like all
Because
right,
what if you're playing SEC or SEC, so I'm
yeah,
assuming it's just fucking you're
yeah, it's
just
just all speed and it's
yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Um, and I pretty much just have to do like a man, the nickel three deep fucking prevent offense where it's just
Mm.
man and then you have three deep safeties. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. I'm keeping everything in front of me.
Mm.
I know you're gonna run down the field, but I just need to run out the clock.
Yeah,
That's where like the
exactly.
smash mouth football comes into effect. Like, yeah, you guys can't stop my run
You're
game.
like, I'm not trying to beat you with A tier defense. I'm trying
No.
to beat you with long, drawn out. Your
Yeah.
fans are probably just like celebrating
Yeah.
first downs. You play like even fourth downs, you're like, we're going for it.
If I'm 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 even, yeah, I'm
Mm.
fucking going for it.
Jesus.
Like fullback dive all the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing is that there's like no good fullback like recruits. There's
Mm-hmm.
only like 2 and 3 stars, and all of them are bust. And it's just like, all right, like I'm not recruiting you
Yeah.
if you're not gonna be able to do anything. So I pretty much just have a tight end as a
Oh damn.
fullback, and it's just like, all right, you're my biggest and strongest tight end. You're gonna run this fucking
Yeah.
ball, dude. I did end up recruiting a power back. The dude's fucking 6'2" and has like 90 power.
Damn.
And it was just like, all right, like, yeah, you're definitely being my fucking. And he's a freshman too. And my starting running back, who's a 93 overall.
Can you set up like settings where you turn off like the transfer portal, or is
You
that
probably can. I
yeah?
just haven't.
I mean, how often
But
do people leave your program?
I've only had two try, but you can persuade them not.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So like you can hit persuade and like they will want to transfer for like different reasons, like brand exposure.
Mm,
Your school brand exposure is not that high. So like, hey, I'm starting to gain popularity. I want to go to a different school.
mm.
That was what was happening to my star running back. The first season I had him like, no, dude, you aren't leaving. Like,
Yeah,
it's like you ain't fucking leaving
you
me.
ain't fucking
It's like
leaving.
you dragged me to the playoffs. I'm not having you leave.
Yeah,
Um, but thankfully my brain exposure went up after that season too,
yeah.
because like at risk of transfer, because I needed an A, but I only had a B plus like rating.
Mm,
But going to the semifinals will get you better brain exposure.
yeah,
So
for
yeah,
obvious reasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I ended up getting him to stay. I got a couple of my wide receivers want to leave for playing style, which mine is a multi-playing style, so there's no real specific. That's at
Mm,
least what the school classifies it as, even
yeah.
though I just have a run heavy.
Right.
Fuck them.
Mm.
Um, but
Well, you wanted to get in about the Olympics.
yes.
I'll let you start before I
So the Olympics this year, there's been a lot of controversy with it.
what?
Yes,
For what?
because Paris, like I said, problems with like their water and whatnot.
They specifically say like don't drink the water, and they provide them
Yep.
with a whole bunch of
And
water.
also some of the races are supposed to happen in the river.
Oh, race. Okay.
Yeah, some of like
I
this.
was like, I thought you were gonna, yeah, some of the races are complaining they're not getting. I was like,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa, dude, like,
whoa, 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 whoa. I
no,
know we
no,
make our
yeah,
jokes,
yeah.
but
What's your favorite race?
Talladega,
I like the 240. You know, just the sprinters and whatnot. Ew, what the fuck is that thing?
Celine Dion. Are you happy with cookies, Matt?
Sure, whatever.
So,
I
3
was,
minutes ago, Celine Dion performs a comeback. The cauldrons were lit.
The what was lit?
Cauldron.
Oh, they said the
Yeah.
college.
The torch continues its journey. So like
So they haven't.
24 minutes ago, they haven't done the torch lighting just yet, but it's getting started. So by
uh,
the time this gets uploaded,
mm,
we'll probably I don't know. They like to drag out the Olympic Games, but the ceremonies. So
yeah. Uh, the last time I think I fully remember like being invested in the Olympics was probably like 2008.
2008, that far back.
Yeah, dude. I don't give a fuck about the Olympics.
I
Hey.
remember the 2012 ones. I was I watched a lot of them, but that was also when I was at the youth center here in
Mm-hmm.
town, and it was over the summer, and they had it on the TV, and like all they were paying attention to it, so I was like, okay, well, I'll look into it, and I started watching it. And I'm like, oh shit, this is actually pretty sick. Um, so at 2 o'clock, I'm assuming our time,
Tomorrow is what it said
yeah,
here.
02 is the 10-meter air rifle mixed team pre-event training.
Bro, come on. You're in like,
Oh
dude.
wait, they
Some
have
of some of
the
the
opening
games.
ceremony is tomorrow.
That's what.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, it's
No,
today.
the first the yeah. Sorry, the
No, it's
first.
today. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
it's at 13,
Yeah.
so 1 o'clock.
But yeah, they have handball. Like, who the fuck cares about
They've added
handballs?
some like
They've
what
added,
like badminton.
but it's silly that they've taken off baseball, which is arguably like a world
Yes,
sport. Like it's
baseball is much more of a world sport than
and fucking handball.
yeah.
Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Hockey, I mean,
Hockey
that and
is yeah.
that the judo, like those are pretty neat.
Fencing,
But I'm not in like the fucking the equestrian. Like, who the fuck
yeah.
cares?
Rowing, fencing, more hockey. So we have Belgium versus Ireland.
I almost asked a really dumb question. I was like, are we? Is this the summer or the Winter Olympics?
Hey Matt, go step outside
Yeah.
and tell me what season it
I don't
is.
know. I was like, hockey. Wouldn't that be the Winter Olympics? Is it?
Yeah, I thought it would be in the Winter Olympics.
So wait, is it like air hockey? Air hockey. Sorry,
They're
no.
sitting there.
Sorry. No, I meant field hockey or
I think it's just regular hockey, dude. I don't know why it would be
you would think that'd be a Winter Olympic game. No, it says pool. Oh well, duh. Yeah, never mind.
hockey men's pool mat. Oh no, oh the pool mat. So like,
Yeah, this
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I genuinely thought that would be in the winter because the Miracle on Ice was Winter Olympics.
Oh, it is field hockey.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's field hockey. Are you doing women's or men's? Yeah, go
this
back
is
to the
this
hockey.
this is both men's and
For
women's.
the hockey, does it specify men's or women's?
They had both. I'm fairly certain.
What the fuck?
So men's.
They do have a men's hockey. What the fuck? I didn't know men's did a field hockey. See, this is how much I don't fucking watch
They also have football, which is gross.
football. Oh,
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah.
See, if I watch rugby, I'd be interested in that, but I don't know the first thing about rugby.
Rugby is pretty much you can only toss the ball backwards.
Yes, yeah.
Wherever you score the touchdown is where you have to kick like the extra point. So like if
Mm-hmm.
you score it in the back right corner, you have to come out on the far edge of like the out of bounds line
Mm-hmm.
and then kick your field goal. You can bring sand and kind of set up a tee.
Sand.
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much you just kick the like you set the ball up on top of the sand and you
Yeah.
kick it.
Huh.
Um
Well, I know basketball is that's
yeah.
big.
Basketball we have some of the our best and brightest in the NBA out there.
I wouldn't say brightest, but
I was being nice.
okay.
Uh, that's not surprising that Australia is one over Argentina in rugby.
But this, I'm assuming that's like the pre-Olympic games. I'm
I
assuming.
believe
Yeah.
so because this is the 25th and the opening ceremonies were the 26th. So
But yeah, I mean, I'll watch some sand volleyball, but
that's
other
it.
than that, dude, like I don't know. I don't really give two shits. I couldn't. Could you name an Olympian right now that's not a basketball player?
Usain Bolt.
I don't think he's performing anymore. I'm pretty sure he's retired. I'm pretty sure he's been retired. You said that with so much confidence.
I'm fairly certain he still is.
Let me look.
Oh, Angel Reese. No, I know she's not. Brittany Griner.
Again, I said no basketball. Usain Bolt, um, 2008, 2012, 2016. So yeah, he is not.
Okay.
Yeah, Usain Bolt hung up his sprinting shoes back in 2017.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So he just owns the world record and is just like, yep, I'm done.
Well, I mean, that's so hard to do on your body and
Yeah,
to do it for,
consistently.
yeah, I mean,
I
to do it for 20 years
yeah.
coming up, that's ridiculous.
I remember wasn't this most I think it was the 2020 Olympics. I was actually kind of paying attention to like the shot put like race that was going on.
Hmm.
It came across my Instagram like, oh, this is interesting because it was like the three best people were like breaking each other's records
Hmm.
before the Olympics. So like it was like the Olympic trials.
Hmm.
They literally one of the dudes broke the world record at the Olympic trials, and everybody's just like, all right, cool, this guy won. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, the two other people that were like in competition with him being number one in the ratings came out, beat his record that he just set, all in the same round. And then the dude after that, who had been losing, um, he had been throwing shorter than everybody else, like the whole match of
Hmm.
those other three. He just came out of nowhere and just launched one almost like a half meter farther than him, than the person who just broke the record's record.
Hmm.
And he fucking demolished his record, and then he ended up just winning off of that.
Huh.
And he ended up becoming the number one shot putter, and then went on to the. I think he won silver in the Olympics that year, which is just like, bro, you literally broke the world record all out of desperation to actually get into the Olympics, and then you don't win. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like the Olympics is just like it was cool when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I remember like people like it was a big deal. You actually sat around, you watched the opening
Mhm.
ceremonies, all the different things.
Yeah.
I mean you fucking knew who like Shaun White and fucking Michael Phelps
Yep.
and fucking like Aaron was in love with the gymnastics team. He knew like Allie Raisman and
Yeah.
fucking Gabby and like all the fucking cats
Hmm.
there. Like they were much more like, and I mean they were on the Wheaties boxes and
Yep.
shit like that. But nowadays, like I feel like if you went to even like a sports bar and you're like you went around the different people, I think you'd be really surprised how many people really don't
Yeah. Pay
follow
attention with the
the
Olympics.
Olympics.
Yeah.
That maybe it's just me. I don't know, but
I don't know. I mean, I'd want to start just because I want to try and get more and more into shooting and whatnot,
mhm.
like in competition wise.
But the thing is, it's not like your traditional
Yeah.
shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it would definitely be something though that I'd want to try and maybe get into because it is, yes, it is air rifles or like I think 22s are used in like field, like skiing and like the winter ones.
Yeah, that's for the triathlon, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which like you'll never catch me on skis, um,
Yeah, I mean,
but like
it
just
is
like
the
the
air
shooting,
rifles
yeah,
and but I mean, yeah, but the thing is it's entirely different shooting from what you're used to,
this
too.
marksman shooting,
It's not like where you're like
yeah,
this.
well
Yeah.
aware. It's the
Yeah.
more stable,
That yeah,
yeah,
and I mean, yeah, you're not shooting like you said, they're shooting air
yeah,
rifles and I think maybe air pistols.
mhm.
Um,
But
so I think if you're trying to, yeah, I mean, whatever type of shooting competition you're going to, I would not watch the Olympics. I'd watch,
yeah, like the UC. UCCA shoot. Yeah,
Any competition that
yeah.
fucking like if you're trying to do fucking like three gun shooting, or if you're trying to do
The
which if anyone who doesn't know, that's pistol, rifle, and
shotgun.
shotgun, and then or if you're trying to do like what fucking like Keanu Reeves does, where you're fucking
Yeah,
going around like ding, 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 ding,
yeah. The
fucking run
situation
around.
shooting
Yeah,
competitions. Yeah,
there's a name for those. I can't remember what it's called.
I think their situation.
There's a different name for them. Weren't you
Well,
showing me a video of like a guy that you were?
it was probably
It was like a YouTuber guy.
Forgotten Weapons, and he does some like
I don't know.
shooting competitions that are his administrative results.
Maybe it was him.
Um,
But yeah, I mean, his was pretty interesting because you had to like do different like you had to like do move sandbags
yeah,
and
and like so those are like the realistic like shooting where
mm,
like they put you in quote unquote high stress or like get your
but yeah,
yeah, and then
you know
yeah,
who are arguably the best shooters?
the best shooters.
Mm,
Jerry Mitchell has probably some of the best shooting.
I'm talking about like like between genders, it's arguably women are the best
Oh yeah,
shooters. Yeah,
yeah. So there's skeet shooting, cowboy action shooting, conventional pistol.
cowboy action shooting. What is that? Is it just
Yeah, you
like
pretty much like get like cowboy gun
uh
belts,
huh?
and you have side by side
Why does it look like
shotguns.
that target is doing this? Like,
It's
please
a,
don't
I
shoot
think it's a
me.
cactus.
Is that what that
It
is?
could be.
I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'll take your word on it. But
I'm
does it
fairly.
not look like it's just
Yeah,
like,
it
don't
does.
shoot me?
Um, but yeah, you pretty much have like lever action guns
Hmm.
and revolvers and fucking
Metallic silhouette shooting.
so like the steel targets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
field shooting,
You know
rapid fire
who
clay.
we know personally a former competitive shooter. My
Yeah,
dad.
yeah,
Yeah.
your father.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, I actually had a squad leader that was on the U.S. Army shooting team.
Mm.
He's
What
had
years do you remember?
2014, 2016, I believe.
That'd be pretty close to the time
Yeah.
my dad was there. Yeah.
Um, or it would have been right after your dad retired.
He retired in 20. Oh, yeah, shit. He
Yeah,
retired in 2013.
yeah. So it would have been like just right after.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I got my times mixed up. Yeah, we
but it
moved
was
out here in 2014.
he was at JBLM, which is in Washington,
Mm.
and got on the Army shooting team there. And apparently there's like some instructor that's out of Idaho. He's got like this giant fucking
I had a pimp.
Ida pimp. Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, you caught me there for some like, what?
No, I saw your whole brain like just like
Reset,
eh.
just like blue screen out, and then like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, he's
But yeah, like ended up got to spend like 3 weeks on TDY,
mm,
just doing a whole bunch of like different shooting scenarios and all this shit with
mm,
this instructor,
mm,
and like all of his kids are like just as good as shots of him. Some of them are starting to get better than him,
mm.
but he can still teach a lot better than them.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just this like dude's ranch, and he brings out like Green Berets, MARSOC,
Mm.
Navy SEALs, and they all come out and do like
Just
training with them.
that's pretty cool.
And I'm like, that's fucking badass, actually.
Colorado School of Trades. They have a gun club for that or
Where are you seeing that?
go down one more link right there. Your mouse was just on it.
Different
Left.
types.
Yeah. Colorado School of Trades.
You can go to school for shooting competition or
Matt's like, I fucked up.
types of.
And
Oh,
it's gunsmithing. This is up your alley.
yeah, competitive shooting, shotgun. That one I knew.
Hmm.
Rifle focus, silhouette shooting, bench rest shooting. So those like the more marksman type shooting
Yeah.
stuff, the bench rest.
So I'm
Then
looking at all the
silhouette.
guns that they have like a musket. They have, oh sorry, a flintlock. They have a couple
We
revolvers
have
and
some
shit.
semi-auto shotties,
Yeah.
over under 9 mils levers.
Yeah, that one looked like oh Skittles. Okay,
Yeah,
I was yeah.
that's a Keltec uh, carbine.
Shit's ugly as hell,
It
to
is
be
terrible.
honest with
Yeah,
you.
Keltec is known for like pretty much their R&D, just
Mm.
like does cocaine, and it's just
Yeah.
like, all right, let's throw something
Wait, why are you
together.
gonna like insinuate like I'm not gonna say it? Cocaine.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Um, yeah, so there's skeet shooting, trap shooting, which are in sporting clay, which like, so what's the difference between trap and play? Skeet shooting. I thought it was just the same shit. Fired from opposite directions and cross.
So yeah, they actually say in the
Trap shooting, thrown in the same direction as the shooter is
no
facing.
no no
Okay.
no sorry that no that's not right. So trap shooting is when a whole bunch of like guys dressed as women come out and you have to take care of the crowd. You're like, dude, it's coming from the fucking
Like,
direction.
I'm reading the
Yeah. You're
source.
like, what do you mean I'm wrong?
um, yeah, those are some of like the shootings. Like
Mm. If you
the
had to choose one, which one would you choose? So there's bench rest shooting and silhouette shooting for rifle. There's bullseye shooting and
oh,
International Defense Pistol Association shooting event. They also had the cowboy one.
so the silhouette shooting it primarily uses 22s, which does not have a lot of range,
Hmm.
but it's steel targets 50 to 100
I
yards.
can, I can. Oh, you're reading this
Yeah,
for them. 'Cause I can read.
yeah.
It's all right.
And targets may vary. There are competitions that employ high-powered rifles with targets in the 1,000-yard range to increase difficulty of these events. Shots might be timed.
Mm.
So it's just like,
A shooting where it's like, hey, you got 2 seconds to hit 1,000 yard
yeah,
squirrel.
or
Got
like you got like on your go or like on my go,
it. Did you ever
fucking
watch Top Shot?
yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking love that
Oh,
show.
dude, it's fantastic.
Awesome
Yeah,
show.
I was like, I want to be there one day. But
If they brought it back, would you do send the
oh yeah, I'd probably send in my fucking
yeah.
yeah,
Hey man, this is me. Some of those videos that they had are hilarious
yeah,
when they're like, "Oh hey, this is Joe. Here's what he sent us for his audition tape." And you're
dude.
just watching and you're like, "What a fucking goober."
I'd fucking find a way to like bring out like a pull-up bar, hang
Mhm.
myself upside down, and try and shoot
Shoot, yeah.
like a target 150 meters out.
If I remember for like a lot of them is not like I think like one of them was like a hunter and then they have like
Not a lot of them were like military,
yeah,
like
not
or
like
like some of
special
them were like
forces like type shit, you
no,
know.
some of
Yeah.
them were military background. Like there was
A lot of
one,
them like that compete, but the ones that like win, I don't think
yeah,
a lot of them are military.
no,
I
they
think
like they either get super close or they get
yeah.
voted out or shit like
Hmm.
that because they brought on like the drama aspect of it.
Well, it's not even voted out. You kind of sort of voted out, but
Yeah,
it's so you vote for who you want to like send to the elimination range,
yeah,
and those two would compete.
yeah.
Here, pull up. Do you mind pulling up the winners? Because I think I can remember two
Because you said you,
two potential winners. I have a hat signed by the Gunny
yeah.
Lions. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Uh,
So Aaron really like. I guess go to the Wikipedia one. Oh shit! Yeah, the first winner was that guy from the British Special Forces. I
yep.
forgot about him. And then, yeah, the season 5 was the All Stars.
Stars. So season
So
one,
season 5 of the All Stars, my one of my dad either I don't know how my dad knew this guy,
mhm,
like, but he was a Marine
yeah.
with I don't know if he worked with my dad or
Mhm.
whatever the fuck.
Maybe he was on the same shooting team as him.
Some
Yeah.
yeah, but like he would rent out beat ups whenever they would do the episode premiere,
Hmm.
and we would just all go there and watch
Huh.
the episodes. It was
That's
pretty
pretty
cool.
badass.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
So season one over a 33-day period in the spring of 2010. Uh, Ian
Yeah,
Harrison
Ian
was the
Harris.
season winner.
Chris Reed, that was my boy in season 2. I had him to win, and he's the
Yep.
hunter
I
dude.
remember,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like, I want
Chris,
that
yeah.
motherfucker to win.
Justin Ellerman ended up winning season three.
Yeah,
Season four, Chris Cheng
yeah. I
was the
didn't know
first
he was.
openly gay winner.
I don't. I don't remember them
I
saying that
don't
shit at
remember.
all.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah,
And season five was the All Stars.
yeah.
Phil Modern,
I don't remember who that one was.
Modern.
But yeah, it sucks that I think the show got canceled because of all the school shootings that was going
Yeah, because
on
that was
then.
2013 when that
Yeah.
came out. That makes sense.
Yeah, they had one like once a year basically. And I
The
loved
the winner of every elimination round was received $2,000 gift card to Bass Pro Shop.
yeah,
That's
dude. Yeah.
honestly just getting 2K out of fucking being
Dude,
eliminated in the
there
first
was
day.
I can't remember who, but in one reason someone was going to like every one of the fucking
Yeah,
eliminations and he just kept taking motherfuckers out.
yeah,
So by the end he had like a massive gift card to
yeah.
fucking Bass Pro
And he's
Shop.
like,
He's
"Let's do
like,
this,
whatever,
dog."
dude. I
And
fucking
it's like, I'm buying
and that
guns.
that was before they fucking, were getting rid of
Yeah.
all their cool shit. So yeah.
Each elimination was marked with a target-shaped plaque showing the player's name
Yep.
and team color. Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that was I fucking love that show. Go down. Can you I think they had a oh they don't.
but
Can you hover over Chris Chang's? Was that I can't remember who that one was. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
If I remember right, he kind of it was kind of weird how he won because if I remember right, like he had a weapons malfunction or something
I believe.
from how he was loading it
Yeah.
and like from other episodes or from other competitions, it was like, "Hey, you're the one that loaded it. It's on you."
Yeah.
But for this one, they stopped it and they're like, "Hey, run that one back," and
Mhm.
then it was able to. But I mean,
Because
dude, a
I
lot of
think
the
it was
competitions were really cool.
yeah. Like I remember the one. I think it might have been the All Stars, but they strapped him into like this.
The
This
chair and
yeah
they're like having it's on a pistol, right?
yeah. So
Yeah,
there was that one, and there's also the one where they have an MP5 and they're strapped to this little thing and
and
they're
they're
spinning in
going
a
in.
circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that one was season 5 for sure. I
Okay.
think they've
Yeah.
done it in another one, but yeah, and they're
Yeah.
just fucking like
They're
upside
just like
down and
spinning around in a circle, just like, all right, I gotta
yeah,
let control my blood pressure somehow.
and fucking breathe
Yeah.
and
And you're just like, ah.
but yeah, yeah, Colby Donaldson, I think was that should have been the guy that was the host.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Colby Donaldson.
Did it say specifically
And not
why?
been renewed for fit to get history renew. He later tweeted April 2012. The show had not been canceled, although solid episode ratings for the remainder of the current season would be needed for the History Channel renew. He tweeted for his followers to get involved and let the History Channel know how much they enjoy
So
the
they're saying
show.
it was a ratings thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. But again, if it's one of those things that like if everybody was kind of anti-gun at the time,
Yeah.
why am I gonna watch this show that's
Yeah.
promoting? Which I mean, they were all super safe, and it was
Yeah.
all like it wasn't like anything out of poor taste. It was
Mm-mm.
all like scenario
Mhm.
shootings, and it was like a lot of
There's also
historical
the
shootings.
Annie Oakley shot where they had the mirror with
Yeah.
the fucking, and you had to
Mm-hmm.
shoot the rifle
There's
looking
that.
at the
Yeah.
mirror.
Uh, what was some other ones that they
There
did
was
from
when
like
you had to
history?
split the bullet
Yeah, with
on
the
the
axe
axe head.
head. Yeah. Well, they
That
did a
one's
couple of those where it was like a gauntlet style, and it was
yeah,
like, hey, each of the teammates are gonna go. They did
yeah.
a lot of like World War II ones where you had to like go under a trench and like
Mhm.
barbed wire while you're
Yeah.
carrying the rifle and shit. Like,
There was a lot of those fun situational ones, and like that got me to be like, I want to do this. Like I
mhm.
want to do competition shooting.
Dude, when we were in Quantico, oh my god! Now that I want to say it, sounds super lame. We did the show with Nerf guns. Yeah.
Okay, but like to a kid's imagination, though,
Yeah.
you're on top of the world.
Yeah, no, we were like 15, 16 at the time. Not we were like, well, fucking, we were been 10, 11, 12, 13,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, so like kind of in that weird stage
Yeah.
where like you're coming out of like
I
after
should stop
13,
playing with
yeah,
these.
after 13 years old, you're like, I have no imagination anymore. This
Mm-mm.
is not cool. Um, and you kind of lose that childish,
That charm too, because at a
yeah,
certain age, when you're like, because I remember we used to like run in the woods and shit too.
yeah, and play war.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's just like, all right, man, like you guys can't keep beating the other kids with sticks. Someone's gonna go blind or something.
because dude, I remember going out to the woods, and my mom always hated because it was right around when like all the school shooting stuffs were going on.
Hmm.
But me and my friends wanted to go out to the woods and play war, and
Hmm.
but the woods were directly behind a school, and so like trying to
Oh
take these toy
yeah.
guns out there,
They're like, no, 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 no. These
and
kids
it's
are
like,
planning. Dude, I had a friend, dad, actually the friend's sister that I was showing you earlier.
mhm,
His dad, either dad or grandpa, had like a wood shop
Mhm.
and would make him like guns out of wood.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it was so cool. He would not let anybody touch him.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him.
But like, dude, like he's always
He's
playing
like,
with
"Can I
that
just
shit.
hold it?"
Yeah, we like let me like see it because it was like really cool
Yeah,
and detailed like for a kid. And he's like, no, you can have the Nerf gun that doesn't work. I'm like,
yeah.
fuck you.
It was like, "Dude, I want the
Yeah,
AR-15 that weighs 6 pounds because it's just solid oak."
yeah, exactly.
My tiny ass arms can't like.
The one thing that was hilarious though, I think I remember this one correctly. He had a trampoline and he would jump and he would like, do different
Yeah.
flips. And there was one day he was like trying to like over exaggerate his death. So
Mhm.
he went like this and he bounced on the trampoline and the gun stopped like boosh right in my face. And I went down and like he was like, oh, did you get hit too? I was like, yeah, by you, motherfucker. Like, god damn.
This is real life, dude.
Yeah.
This isn't us playing around anymore.
Yeah. If you're still alive, Ryan, shout out to you, buddy.
Uh, fuck, dude. We already went for almost an hour now.
And I don't think we talked about
About the NFL picks or
like how
Nebraska
you
making
wanted.
500 in Will Compton.
Okay. I don't even know. Like, okay, so Taylor Lewan,
Mhm.
if you're in Omaha or Nebraska, dude, just watch what don't go near any sloped roofs.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Like Nebraska is about it this year. We're not trying to fucking go 500 just make a bowl game. We're in it to win it, bro. Matt Rule is the savior. He is gonna bring us back.
That reminded me of a fucking meme for College Football 25. Where it's like my kicker whenever I need to make a game-winning chip shot.
Uh-huh.
It has fucking the shooter's face.
Dude, I think you talked about it last
Yeah,
episode. The kicking, and I've seen videos, it
yeah.
looks incredibly hard for
Oh,
no
dude, when it's
reason.
like clutch situations where you're playing in like a highly an away game
Yeah.
that's like one of the loudest stadiums in the
Yeah.
country, dude, your shit's fucking like pretty much
Yeah.
like your fucking speedometer is broken, but it's still just going pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Yeah.
and then you're just trying to like, oh shit, going back to college football 25.
Uh-huh.
My second season, I made it to the championship game. They ended up tying it 10 to
Y-
10.
And
I
you
drove down the field, 3 seconds left, had a 20-yard chip shot from the left hash,
yeah.
and had that same shit where it was just like my kicker knew it was a clutch situation, so it's just fucking
Yeah.
wacky as fuck. I'm like, bro, we just need to make this kick.
Just make it.
Just
Yeah.
please. I got you within 20 yards. You can kick this.
And I think my question to you was is like, if you know that the kicking mechanic is so fucked, why didn't you just like I would have just gone for it. It's like I have
I
a
mean,
better chance going for it than like you
with
gotta have
how,
like a play that well
yeah,
shit, you're a run heavy offense, so you
yes.
probably don't trust your receivers that much.
Well, there was only one receiver that I did trust, but he
Yeah.
already had too much wear and tear on his body from like
Uh
from A because I was playing from behind pretty much the whole game,
yeah.
and I
And
finally got
you
ahead.
also probably didn't want a chance of a pick.
Yeah,
I get it.
and like it's 3 seconds left on the clock. I'm like, I literally took a timeout, and I was just like, all right, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
And I was just like, do I kick the field goal? Because I know the shit kicking sucks. I think I got it down. I'm gonna risk it. And
Yeah.
yeah, it just fucking barely missed the fucking
Which at that point I'm assuming you're like, this is the lesser of two
yeah,
evils. Let me
yeah.
just
Risk a pick because I did throw a pick earlier in the game,
mm.
and I'm just like, nope, I'm gonna do this.
Alright.
And then I ended up losing in the fucking triple overtime. And I was like, all right,
You're like scholarship revoked.
fuck you. Um, okay, and then we wanted to redo. So we did this in the last episode we recorded, where
But
we.
Matt said a racial slur and we had to cut 42 minutes.
So we're gonna go over our picks for who's winning their divisions
And
in the NFL.
we're gonna give two wild cards for each division.
Well, for each conference,
Mm, conference.
or is it conference? These are the conferences, and these are the divisions. Because I thought it was. I think divisions are the
Division.
4 teams, and the conferences.
Division two. It should be the. I think. I think conference is like it's for a different. Like go to the
because the
standings.
AFC,
Go to the standings. Does it say? I'm pretty sure. Like
American Football Conference.
okay, so conference.
Yeah,
There you go. Okay, I'm wrong. Excuse me.
as you were.
Fuck
All
you.
right, so for the AFC East, um, oh yeah, so we have two wild cards per division or per conference. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's got me all
yeah, yeah.
jumbled up now. Two wild
You
cards.
also need to get. We need to get on our fucking fantasy shit, man.
We do.
We need to start picking people and shit.
Yeah. Um,
Does Ryan, your buddy, does he
Ryan
do
doesn't
it?
pay attention to pro.
Nah.
He likes college for the
Okay.
Huskers. He's a Nebraska-born dude, so yeah, it's just like NFL
When we
teams.
go in September, does he want to go?
We
Or
can
not
invite him.
September? When we go, isn't we're trying to go to the Colorado game, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the AFC East, I
So,
think
do you
we
want me
both
to go back to the full analysis, or are you just gonna speed run
we'll just
this?
speed run it since we're already over an hour.
Then, if you remember my picks, go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, I remember my picks.
I said
My
Miami
yep.
to win, and then if I had to pick one of the wild cards, I believe I picked New York Jets if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy as one
I
of the
thought you
wild cards.
switched. No, wait.
I thought I did. No, 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 no. I switched in the NFC. I switched in the
Okay.
NFC.
All right.
Yeah,
And then, because I want to say in the AFC South, I had one of my wild cards there for the Colts and the Texans, but then I remember I retracted it. But yeah, I'll just go with that one. The same picks on that. Now, see, we differed on the AFC North because you had Baltimore with Steelers as the wild card.
that yes, I had Baltimore winning with Pittsburgh being the wild card.
Yeah, and then I'm
Yeah.
picking the Steelers over the Ravens. I even said like, yes, I'm gonna let my bias take over on this one,
Yes. Yeah.
but I'm still gonna have my wild card be, so I'm not wrong either way.
Yeah. I guess that's the way to look at it.
Within the AFC South, Houston,
On
Texas.
the Houston and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Houston Texans. Now the Colts are probably because they did well last year. They surprised us.
I mean,
Now, are they going to beat the
if
Texans?
I had, I would put the Jaguars potentially over the Colts.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Garner Minshew.
No, Gardner Minshew's
Oh, he's with the
with the
Raiders now. Excuse me, he's with the
he's with the
Raiders.
Raiders now
Yeah, he's with the
because he
Raiders.
was with the Colts last season.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and the AFC West, Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City.
That one's a pretty easy pick.
Yeah.
Um, now with the NFC East, I think we both went with the Eagles,
I went with the Eagles, even though
and we
I'm
were up.
worried about Dallas, and you picked Dallas as the wild card, if I remember
Well,
correctly.
I remember switching because we both forgot about
I
the NFC North,
yes, because yeah, and I switched it right away. I was like,
yep,
whoa, wait a minute, yeah,
and then because we both had wild cards in the NFC North and the NFC West. We
yes,
kind of had
okay,
both the same trains of thoughts on it.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, you're
So
right.
it was the Eagles
So,
winning the NFC East. Now the Cowboys, there is that threat of Dak Prescott realizing this is my last year if I don't
mm,
perform.
yeah,
And that was a long conversation we had about it.
hmm
And then we remembered the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions.
yeah. I think we're on the same boat that like the Lions could win the division, but Green
Mhm.
Bay could be
Yeah.
a wild card.
Or it could be the Green Bay Packers beating or winning out the
I
division.
don't know about all that.
They have the chance to.
They have the chance to.
So that's why like having them as the wild card is not a bad pick. NFC South, we both like the
And
Buccaneers.
I mean, we're still way, 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 way
We
away
are.
from this. So, like, my pick is bound to change, by
Oh
the
yeah, it's
way.
100% bound
Yeah.
to change. Do we kind of want to do the same deal where like we make our preseason predictions? Like,
Sure.
well, like I'm saying like later on, like when it does hit
Like, yeah,
preseason.
like probably like the week one.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the NFC West,
Well,
we both
wait,
had
you didn't do the South.
the Bucks.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
both said the Bucks.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I remember that one. But then we did
Yeah.
remember the wasn't the Saints.
None of these teams.
Well, I'm remembering something now.
Kirk
Is that
Cousins
Kirk
is
Cousins with
on
the
the Falcons.
Falcons?
Yeah.
The Falcons made some good trades. Some good. I mean,
Yeah,
compared to last season,
I mean, if you want to compare it to last season,
yeah.
anything better, then yeah.
Then in the NFC West, you got the 49ers and the Rams,
I had the Rams taking the division with the Niners being
and I was
because
opposite of
because
him.
Trent Williams is having like he's holding out
Hmm.
until he can potentially get a better contract, which
Yep.
I don't know if they have the money to pay out Trent Williams what he wants, and then
Brandon
Brandon
Ayuk.
Ayuk wants
Yeah.
out. So
Well, I think he's underneath the same deal kind of too, where he's like he wants to get paid more.
he requested a trade though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if he officially requested a trade, but
that's what the article I read said.
so yeah, those are our official takes on like our preseason
Yeah,
picks. Just based of all the trades. Obviously, we got to see preseason games first to kind of like get a better understanding of it.
yeah.
Which is why I want to do our official draft on the last week of the preseason.
Official drafts.
Yeah, for fantasy.
That might be a little late though.
No, because we were able to do it.
But I think
You can do
if
it
we had to,
up until week 1.
and I think it'd be a little bit if we did it a little bit beforehand, where we get the people like in
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, get the people, figure out who we want
yes, and make sure
before.
they're
Yeah,
all on the same page.
yeah.
Um,
Because I want to try and get it where like we're all in the same room together,
that ain't gonna happen.
as
And
many as we can.
yeah, I mean, so depending on like so if well, we can talk about that later.
Yeah,
But yeah, I that's gonna be hard to do.
yeah. All right. Well, I think this was a pretty solid episode.
Yeah, the
Um,
1.5. Yeah,
we're almost at an hour and a half now with
yeah,
combination of
yeah. The
the
other
other
one.
video. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm not too terribly mad about that. I
no,
mean,
I'm not.
no. Thank you guys for joining the MattCast podcast. I'm Maddie Light, joined by my beautiful co-host, Maddie Heavy. Uh, thank you guys for coming and watch our shit show. Bye.
Yeah.